Okay, so welcome to my unboxing and review of the Liberator. Now, what is this guy? Um, this is basically a patch bay for your pickups inside your guitar. Okay, pickup wires inside your guitar. What this provides are solderless mechanical connections of your pickup wires to the appropriate terminals or ends that they would be in originally inside your guitar, so that those connections don't change. What changes is what's attached to the Liberator out to the different connections that you have inside your guitar. So how does it work? What the Liberator provides you, apart from a very nice potentiometer, whether as a volume or as a tone pot, are literal terminals. All right, these terminals are screw tightened, and these are where the pickup wires go in, and then the wires that come out of it go to the areas inside the pickup cavity, or the guitar cavity, where the terminal should be in the first place. So if it's a 5-way switch, if it's a kill switch, whatever, this provides a way for virtually anyone to change pickups on the fly without having to ever turn on the soldering iron ever again, hopefully. One misconception about this product, though, is that the installation of this is not solderless. Okay, let's get that clear right off the bat. This does not install, okay, or you don't install this without using the soldering iron. So if you're a person who hasn't done any modding whatsoever, I suggest that you either ask a friend to install this inside your guitar. Of course, somebody who knows how things are wired inside your guitar, or at least teach you the basics, okay, how to solder, etc., etc. So let's get on to the unboxing. Hi guys, as promised, I'm going to show you the installation of the Liberator inside my guitar. For those of you who have only seen this for the first time, what the hell is this? Okay, the Liberator is basically a patch bay. Alright, it's a patch bay that is installed, of course, inside your guitar cavity, and it acts or doubles as a volume pot. It was marketed as a volume pot, although you can use it as a tone pot or whatever control that you have inside your guitar. Alright, what this provides is solderless connections. Solderless connections inside your guitar. Your pickup wires will be screwed or clamped down on these terminals here, and the secondary terminals here serve as a representative of the lugs that should be on your pot. So that would be your input, output, ground, and a secondary ground. So if you have a tremolo system that has a ground wire coming out of it, this is where you're going to attach it. Okay, and then another cool feature of this Liberator, is that it provides you with solder pads. So for those of you who prefer soldering, they have these solder pads. These oval ones are for grounds, and then these are for your typical outputs. For those of you who want to solder instead of screwing down the wires. Alright, let's open it up. La la la. Okay, so what comes with the package? Of course, your pot, which is, I believe, a Borns pot. This is a 500 kilo ohm pot. Okay, it's for humbuckers. Have your screwdriver, flathead. This is how you tighten or loosen the terminals. Typical your washers. And then finally, drawing diagrams. There you go. Okay, so let's begin installing the Liberator. Now, if you notice here, this is the reason why I chose to use the Liberator as a tone pot rather than a volume pot. Because right here, I'm using a DP-DT switch, which will serve as a coil split for this guitar, make it more versatile, make it a little more versatile. 5-way switch hasn't changed, and I'll just explain for a bit how this is going to get wired into. Alright, so you have your original tone pot here. Middle lug is where the volume pot connects, serves as a treble bleed, as most tone pots are. So if you notice, the Liberator will install this way, alright, like this. So what happens is, alright, these correspond to the outs and ins for the pot that's underneath, which is this guy. Okay, so the topmost of the 4, this serves as your in. Okay, serves as your in. This one. Okay, and then the out, which where your volume pot usually connects to, is the second one. It's the second jack or patch bay. And then the last 2 at the bottom are your grounds. Alright, so we'll see later how this connects. Alright, so for now, just bear in mind those connections. And then here are your wires. Now for the wires themselves, I'm going to assign the last 3, red, green, and red, white, and red, sorry. And the first 3, red, white, and black. Alright, for your neck and bridge humbuckers. Alright, and then I'm going to assign 1 pair of green and gray for the single coil. Alright, so keep that in mind as well. Then over here is the revised connection. So you have your pickups connected to your Liberator. Alright, and then the red wire, go to your switch. Alright, so that the switch, alright, can engage a coil split, but at the same time allow for the traditional 5-way connection over here. Alright, so when the switch is not engaged, it's your typical 5-way, and then when the switch is engaged, your bridge and neck pickup are automatically coil split. Alright, so this switch still works, but it is now effectively an SSS configuration. Alright, this is a typical mod anyway, but I'm going to show this in connection with the Liberator. Alright, so that this way we can preserve the wiring configuration and at the same time gain the benefit of being able to change pickups on the fly. Alright, so you can pause this. Those blacks right there go to ground, by the way, on the switch itself. Okay, I removed all the ground connections because everybody knows where those should go. Alright, alright, get it. Alright, let's begin. Alright, so let's get back to it. I've attached ground wires from the DP-DT switch going to the Liberator already, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach the pickup wires themselves. So what I'm tugging here, these two are for the neck pickup, these 2 are for the bridge pickup, and then these 2, the green and the gray, are for the single coils. Alright, so the white wires will go to the 5-way as usual, and then the red wires will go to the switch, giving us the splits that we're going to need. Okay, wait a second. No, let's begin. Now, this is going to be pretty tight. Alright, so we know from the diagram that the right side lugs are for the neck pickup, so we're going to start with those first. Alright, it's going to be tight. Nice and easy. There you go. Alright, and then for this one, Oops, sorry. Ah. There you go. That wasn't so hard. Okay, and now what's going on here is that depending on how I activate the switch itself, I can tell, or I can dictate the split or configuration that my bridge and neck pickup will do. So I have connections here that will allow me to still use the 5-way regardless of whether the coil split is active or not. Okay, so these go here, okay, here and here. Remember, neck, bridge connection. Okay, let's do that now. Okay, this is for the bridge. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, make sure that's nice and secure. Yep, I'm a bit ambidextrous. I just discovered that recently. Okay, there you go. So now the switching system is secure. Okay, and now we'll attach the rest of the connections. Okay. Wait a second, let me just fix the camera. There you go. See, the connections are now in.